And here is what I've done to my art room. Now unfortunately I've misplaced my tripod, so if it's a little bit shaky I do apologise. I'm just holding the camera, but it has changed a little bit. I decided to put my desk underneath the window, which it's, and I still got the very creaky floors, and if you can hear any squealing in the background, Isabella is right below me. So I need to get her out of bedroom in about 10 minutes as well, so I've not got long. But yeah, it is a good thing having the natural light for filming, although I've not filmed in over a week now. But it's good for my plants. But in the evenings around 6-7 o'clock the sun actually comes down and it beams through this room. Now I did get some nets thinking that would help, and no, it definitely doesn't. So we'll start off on this side of the room. Now this is where my desk originally was. It was all the way across there, and I just feel like, if you know what this reference is from, then you're brilliant. But I can feel like I can do a lot more activities. There's a lot more room for activities now. That's what I said to my husband when I moved all this around. So there's my wardrobe still. Obviously that's not going to move because that's all built in. There I am. So I keep all my diamond paintings up here. Storage for a couple of things that I'm giving to family members. I've got a glue gun that I recently got, some techie stuff, all of my journals, bottles of water from when I'm up here. This is all diamond painting stuff. Paintings that I've done, spur canvases and alcohol markers. All my alcohol markers are there. If I open this big one up, it's changed a little bit. That up there has become a little bit of a dumping ground. The only way of me getting up there is I have to use a step ladder, and it's all my nail stuff. I just put it up there because I don't do them all that often. I can spend a good 2-3 hours doing my nails, making them really pretty, and then as soon as I have to deal with my daughter, they ping off. So there's literally no point. I've got finished diamond paintings here. Ideally I should be using this space for something other than this. I need to get a little bucket and put these in and then keep them in the loft. I've got a work in progress mystery one that I need to bring down. I've not done diamond painting for months at this point, but when the weather starts to get a bit cooler I will bring it back downstairs and carry on working on it. This is all of my pencils, I do believe. So all these pencil cases, that is currently empty, so that should be there. Everything does have a home, and I know instantly where something is when I need it. And this has turned into all my planting area. Now, I did have to go to IKEA, there's soil everywhere. I did have to go to IKEA and buy another shelf because this was all open and I was keeping it for all my tech stuff and rubbish. But I've ended up putting it underneath the spare room bed. And I've left my cordial there. I put it all underneath the spare room beds, like my tripods, my lights, everything like that. I've ended up just plonking it underneath there. I mean, you can just about see that when you're walking up the stairs here. I probably should have moved that rubbish and moved my cordial, but it's real. It's real. So yeah, all my planty stuff, like pots that I need, all different soils for making my own mixes. I've started collecting rainwater as well. The cabinet downstairs in the conservatory must have 15-20 bottles of water, all rainwater, ready to be used. I've got a couple of hanging, whatever they're called, for hanging the plants up in the window. I'm just waiting for some hooks to come. So that's everything in there. And we move over to this little shelf, and I've changed this over to all of my reading books. Oh, let me get down on the floor. So this shelf, and then there's another layer behind it. I've read all them. I'm currently working on my Kindle books, and then all this here is books that I need to read, so it's a separate pile. And then I've ended up keeping all of my Game of Thrones, like memorabilia, whatever you want to call it. That was a gift as well from Kirsty, up here, because I feel like it was just, it didn't go with the plant room anymore. Chocolates that I probably should have moved out of there, because when we had that heat wave they all melted and went funny. Perfumes. This cabinet here is literally not changed. There's all sorts from pan pastel. I've got my laptop equipment, filming equipment. Let's quickly have a look. Gelatos, fine liners, the makeup brushes that I use for my distress inks, all sorts of inks and glitter markers in there. I did seriously think about not getting rid of this but putting it in the garage and let my husband use it for tools, because I just don't think it goes in here anymore. I'm keeping it for the time being, and then until I find something a little bit more to my taste now, because I've had this thing for like 3 years now and it was in the dining room at the old house. I need to organise the wardrobe a little bit better, and then I'll be able to organise this into there so I'm not having to use this for all art supplies. There's nothing in here that I'll be getting rid of just yet. Hello. She has to be everywhere. Yeah, random art bits, more random art bits. There's even some batteries in there that I can see as well. Yep, all art bits, Karen markers, all my primers, nail stuff. That's a mismatch of all sorts. That's paperwork, pan pastel. Yeah, I've gone through that. This little caddy, I did have 2 of these at one time, but now I've just got 1. I keep some of my blending solutions, and I've kept the paints that I bought for like testers in this room when I painted it, because you never know, you might use them. Spur backup pencils of my favourite brands. All of my whips and finished pages are currently hiding underneath here. I mean, there's enough room there to fit quite a lot more. Ooh. That's when you've got bad knees, you know, you make that sound when you get up. I recently did this painting in acrylic paint. I like it, but it could be better. It's a hell of a lot better than my first attempt, which was that one down there. I really don't like that one, but that one's up on the wall for now. I've got a random plant on here because I've just watered her, and I'm just waiting for it to finish draining, and then I can put her back on the shelf. This is like a pebble tray to create some natural humidity in the room. My beloved printer that my son bought me for my last birthday. A little propagation box, so I'm trying to grow some houseplants from seeds, and then some other propagations. My gel pens, my spur, there's a mixture, there's Lightfast, Polychromos, Inktense, there Isabel goes, all sorts in there. All of my gel pens are in here and here. There's Roly Poly by Kirsty. More plants, my little YouTube plant that my husband got me, I think last Christmas. Everything to do with Eevee from Pokemon, because I'm obsessed. I used to have a dog called Eevee years ago, and this year's that's what my really good friend Kirsty did for me. She's there. My son, when he was a little baby, he probably won't appreciate this though. 2 more plants. Sarah Richter. It was a signed postcard that she sent me one of the books, so I framed it. I'm running out of time. My daughter's not impressed. My Drogon that my husband brought me back from New York. It's a Christmas decoration, but I have that out all year. Another plant. Now this was actually a rescue from a store here called B&Q. It was a total mess. It had bugs all over it, but I've treated it now. I've been treating it now for 3 weeks, and it seems to be doing all right. I've just kept it slightly separate from my other stuff, so especially from my expensive plants. This is one of my favourites. I do apologise if you're not into plants, but it is part of my room now. But look how velvety these leaves are, and I'm trying to propagate this as well to make another plant because I don't want to buy one. Why buy one when I can make one? So I'm just waiting for these, like what do they call them, aerial roots, to get a little bit bigger, and then I'll be able to plant them. This thing here was huge. I got this, actually this is one of the cuttings, can you see here? And it had like 3 more, but I couldn't save them. I got it as a rescue for £10. It was off a plant website, and honestly it was up here, and it came and I was like, oh my god, what do I do with this? But it seems fine now, and this is my brand new leaf. Absolutely perfect. So I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right. I think I'll carry on just going around this way. My daughter's iPad that I still use every night. Alexa, don't talk. Shh. Shh. another little propagation box. I've got all sorts. Apple cider vinegar, because the little sods, the fruit flies, are a pain in my bum in this room. So there's one flying off right now. I'll quickly skim over these. I've got a couple of Thai constellations that are my pride and joy. This was a rescue as well from B&M. I got the mother plant for half price and it had 2 babies in it. Look how cute these are. They actually look like little turtles. String of turtles. So I bought that as a clipping off Etsy. And I'm just trying to grow it out. I'm currently in the process of moving all of my alocasias, these ones, to leca, so taking them out of soil, and the camera's not going to pick it up very well, but they're like clay balls and you put a bit of water and they like it apparently. Got a variegated plant here that's got white. I actually took that from the mother plant, which is here. So at my desk everything is the same. I've got my acrylic paints all in here, other things that I need to grab on a daily. Other side of the desk over here, my absolutely gorgeous Mariola Boudet picture that I still adore. I need to find a new place for her. This is one of the clippings off that absolutely gigantic bargain plant that I'm just seeing what I can do, and it's actually sprouting new roots, which is exciting. Another alocasia, a fluffy one. I think I left that one out in the sun too long when it was beaming in, and it's got a bit burnt at the top, unfortunately. Even more plants. So this is the mother one that I said that I got from B&M and got it for half price because one of the leaves was falling off, and it's already producing a new leaf for me. I've got pink plants if you like the pink ones. That's a pink, I think it's a pink princess. All my paint brushes and anything that I need handy are all in little tubs. A tripod. What else is on here? My lights, my new-ish chair my father-in-law bought me for Christmas. In here I keep all of my expensive watercolours, and then I've got all my distress inks and neo colours. All handy. I mean, I literally sit here and then I'll just slide the chair over. If it's at night time I don't slide it over because it makes a racket. I'll have to get up because, like I said, my daughter's right down below. And this only came today, but how adorable is this little glass jar? It's a mushroom. I'm just propagating another plant in that. The drawers, all watercolour paints, cloths, palettes, anything that I'll need to hand. Ecoline watercolours, all like Etsy watercolours. There's just, I'd have to do probably a more in-depth of every single cabinet and every single drawer, because otherwise this video would be way too long. More watercolours and gouaches, mini lollipops apparently because I like them. Mismatch of all sorts of items, from oil paints, they're like a cheaper version in neo colours, acrylic paint markers, gel pens, more paper, and then all paper and all paper. That's where my tripod was. Well, I've started now. I've started now. A couple more propagations on the wall. I've kept my Daenerys Game of Thrones picture up because of course I'm not getting rid of her. Another bargain plant that I got from a local garden store was meant to be £30 and I got it reduced to £7.49, and it came in like a glass vase, but it wasn't doing very well, so I just switched it round with my own soil, and it seems to be pleased. And I've just put it on a moss pole today, so I'm hoping that that's going to climb beautifully. I've got a little area here dedicated to Eva. I still miss that little bugger every day. I still miss her. Kirsty kindly did that for me from Kirsty Colour and Sketch, and I love it. I love it. As you can see, if I just move back, it's literally in the centre of the room, so you know, I just love it. My Colour Me Stress Free. And I decided to keep this up because it was behind the door, but it's my Targaryen sign. Now this is the fun bit. Now how am I going to film this without stepping on plants or dogs? This is all my colouring books, and because I'm running out of not running out of space, but running out of space for good light, I've noticed that the corner of these cabinets give really good light at certain times of the day, so I've ended up putting plants there. And what's here? Oh, wedding picture, me and my husband and my son. Just keep a dirty cloth here for when I'm doing watercolouring. I have done an updated colouring book collection, and they're a couple of hours long, but you can get a good idea here with what I'm working with. And this little one as well. I've had this thing for about 2 years at this point, and it's just not doing anything, so I don't know what's going on with that. I think I need to repot it. Rolo's treats. She gets a treat every night. She comes up here. And then I just keep extra paper and art supplies, and all my PDFs as well is in this very, very heavy drawer. Very heavy drawer. But what I'm going to do is show you actually what it looks like. Let me turn the camera around. I'm going to actually show you what it looks like at night time, because at night time when it's all, I know that that's lit up now, but when it's dark it's really, really quite nice in here. And I have got a new candle, but I'm a bit dubious about using candles in my plant / art room now. I'm a bit nervous. But yeah, I think that is absolutely everything for now. I didn't show you my hanging plants, did I? This is another one I got cheap off Etsy. I'm just trying to grow it out into a fuller plant. This one is just completely took over. It was a tiny, tiny snipping when I got it 3-4 months ago, and look at it now. I've actually took snippings off it because I'm trying to grow my niece a plant. And then this is my newest one, I think. Again from Bent's Garden Centre, that, and I've took some snips of it. Yeah, so that is everything in the room, and I will show you later on what it looks like. I just wanted to mention in this part of the video as well, in no way that I'm bragging, I'm just sharing what brings me happiness at the minute. I've been doing art and colouring again. I mean, I've been doing art since I could hold a pencil, but actually doing adult colouring, I think it's gone up to 4 years now of me doing it again, and it's such a nice hobby to get into. But then I fell down the rabbit hole of looking after plants, and I think it's because you're nurturing something and you're starting off with a little seed, and you're looking after something. It's that I really enjoy. It started with the gardening actually. We started growing fruits and vegetables and buying flowers and just seeing everything come into bloom. And then I was in the garden centre, and then I noticed the beautiful houseplants. And then me, being me, I went onto YouTube and TikTok and decided that I wanted to learn everything about every single plant. Exactly the same what I did with adult colouring and art in general. So I'd like to think that this is, even though my husband will probably disagree, it's a perfect room. There's still a couple of other bits and bobs that I do want to add. I'm possibly thinking about a shelf on the opposite side so it's matching. I would like to get some sort of, I think they call it like a cupboard shelf, not a big thing, like probably this big, this tall, and put it right at the side of me here to put a couple of plants on that. Otherwise, if I put them straight on here, it'll be too dark. So if I hire them, make them higher, then that'll be a bit better. And put some grow lights as well, maybe underneath the shelves. But it's not quite dark yet. I just want to make sure that it's completely dark before showing you what this room looks like. And I don't think I mentioned as well, I've got a random towel on the radiator. It's to make humidity in the room. For some reason it's taking so long to get dark tonight. It's currently 9:20, but you can get the idea. You can get the idea. I can light these up as well, which I don't know where I've put my remote since doing the move. I've put it somewhere and can't find it, but that does light up as well.
and get it in different colours. With it being behind me, I don't really tend to do that. If I'm taking a picture and put colouring page there, and I'll light it up, but apart from that I don't really use it. So I've got my candles lit. Now I don't keep that lit for very long in here, especially with my door closed behind me. But yeah, just try and get comfortable now and spend some time watching probably Netflix. I'm currently watching The Witcher, if anybody's interested. I'm going to pick a colouring page out or a whip. My doggy's up here with me, as she always is. My daughter is fast asleep. She's a good girl. She's had a big day today. She had her ears pierced. Very, very brave. But I hope that you did enjoy this video, and this is where I spend all my spare time. Now, like I said, it's not finished. I think I've got space for a couple more hanging plants, not as big as this one, maybe a smaller one here, and then a smaller one here. I couldn't really put anything here with it being a bit dark, but if I put the shelf up there, it'll look very, very similar. I'd love to be able to, I'm going to have to look on Etsy to create some, like, what's that material called? Not wall art, but it's that material, and like leaves or something like that, that I could put here. There's a gap, and that would be absolutely perfect for it. But anyway, nevertheless, I'm going to get to my art now and editing this video. So thank you so much for watching, and from me and Rolo, I will see you in my next video.